everyone, my name is Emily and I'm the owner of Moose Studio Pilates in Lincolnshire and Palatine. Today is our full mat class, so if you've been following along with our March Matness videos, this is the combination of all of the exercises that we have been teaching you throughout the month of March. So I am actually here in beautiful Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. I'm going to attempt to use this table. So this is how we'll know if our instructor Rachel is actually watching this video, because this is her villa, because it was still in the shade. So we'll see how much I could do on this, and we'll all pray that this doesn't fail me. But all you need is a solid surface, either a mat or a towel. And we're gonna go ahead and get started today seated. So you wanna make sure you have room behind you. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot this way, and it looks like it's gonna hold my weight, so that's good. We're gonna start reaching your arms out in front of you with a nice roll down. So you're gonna go ahead and take an inhale breath. As you exhale, I want you to start moving from the bottom of your spine, tuck your pelvis, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. If you can, bring those arms over your head. Take an inhale breath, start to raise your arms up. Nod your chin, exhale, slowly curl up one vertebrae at a time, scooping your belly in and then reaching those fingertips over your toes like somebody's pulling your belly button behind you and dropping your shoulders out of your ears. Take an inhale breath, exhale, roll down. You're trying not to fall down through your spine more than one piece at a time. So if you need to hold on to something like a resistance band or your own legs, you can do that. Raise your arms over your head, take an inhale breath. Exhale, nod your chin, scoop your belly in, slowly curl back up. It's hard to talk and exhale, reach your arms forward. We'll do one more. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, scoop your belly in, slowly roll all the way down, and we'll go ahead and stay down there. We're gonna practice some foundational movements that you will see later in some of our other abdominal exercises. So on an exhale breath, I want you to go ahead and bring your legs up to this hook lying position. So feet are about 12 inches away from your seat. Arms are down by your sides and they're really active. So you're pressing the backs of your arms down into the floor and reaching your fingertips towards your heels. You'll take an inhale breath here to prepare. And as you exhale, starting again at your pelvis, you'll drop your belly button in towards your spine. You'll slowly start to curl and raise your hips up one vertebrae at a time. You'll take an inhale breath here. And then as you exhale, your chest comes down first. You scoop your belly in and you roll down to one vertebrae at a time. We'll take an inhale here. We'll exhale, tuck your pelvis, ha breath. As you scoop your belly in, slowly curl and roll up. Feel this imaginary connection, seat to heels. Take an inhale here. Exhale, roll all the way down one vertebrae at a time. One more time, we'll take an inhale breath. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, scoop your belly in, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale here. Exhale, ha breath to roll all the way down. Next time we come up, we'll come up. I'm going to raise my arms over my chest just to limit my base of support and challenge my abdominals a little bit more. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, scoop your belly in, slowly roll up. You'll hold here, and now I want you to keep your ribcage and your tailbone connected. You're going to tap the carriage with both your ribs and your tail and lift up. And it's not a carriage that you're on, but if you were on a reformer or something that's moving underneath you, you want to think about that connection, seat to heels, tapping the back of your ribs and your tail together, lifting them up together and keeping your belly button pulled in towards your spine. Core is active the whole time. You're going to do 4 more, and lift, 3, and lift, 2, and lift. Last one, you're gonna lift and hold the up. Take an inhale breath. Exhale again, lower the chest down first, tuck the pelvis, scoop the belly in, roll all the way down. Now we're gonna keep these arms over your head, and then we're gonna go ahead on your exhale breath. You're gonna bring one leg up to a tabletop. That's knee right over the hip. You want a little bit of space underneath your low back, foot and ankle are just relaxed. And then as you exhale, you're going to use your core muscles to pick that other leg up. So we're in this little kind of tabletop position. You might have heard of this exercise before as a dead bug, but we're just kind of creating this pathway for your body to figure out what this shelf is. Your knees and ankles are in line with one another. You're going to hold one of your arms and the opposite leg still. As you exhale your breath, your right arm and left leg are gonna reach away from each other with nothing else changing in your middle. And then you'll just inhale, bring them back to your start. Imagine there's a wall in front of your knees. Now we'll do the other leg and arm. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, bringing them back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bring them back. Nice job. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bring them back. The lower that leg goes, the more challenging it is to keep the work in your core and trying not to arch your back. Exhale, reach, opposite leg and arm. Inhale, come back, keeping those ribs connected to your flat surface underneath you. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bring them back. Last one. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bring them back. Let's go ahead and walk the arms down, walk the legs down, and then reach the legs out in front of you. Come up for some seated work here. So take an inhale breath here, raising your arms back over your head. As you exhale, nod your chin. Ha, breath to scoop your belly in, slowly curl up, reaching over those toes. You'll take an inhale. This is like your spine stretch forward, so scoop the belly in, try not to collapse it in your low back. And then exhale, roll all the way up. Beautiful. I'm gonna sit towards you for this. I think I'm gonna run out of real estate with my feet, but we'll see. Hopefully I don't fall off the table. All right, so you're gonna have your feet flexed. We're gonna do a little bit of movement through your spine, and then we'll go back down on your back again. We're gonna go ahead and reach those arms out to the sides. You're gonna sit really tall. Now, if you have tight hamstrings here, you can either put like a rolled up towel underneath your seat or even just bend and soften your knees. So we're gonna go ahead and keep those arms outstretched. Feet are flexed, just slightly wider than your hips. You're gonna inhale and you're gonna give me a little twist like 3 times. So a little pulse, 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 twist, twist, twist each time, twisting a little further. Exhale to come back. We'll go to the other side. Inhale, little twist, twist, twist. Exhale, coming back. Keep going. So when you twist this side and you pulse, you wanna think about your opposite hip staying down, exhaling to return. And when you twist, you're growing taller and reaching a little further back behind you and come back. Good. Inhale, twist, taller, taller. Exhale, come back. Inhale, twist, twist, twist. Exhale, come back. One more time each way. Twist, twist, twist. Exhale, come back. And then grow tall, tall, tall. Come back. Now we're going to turn this into our saw stretch. So if you have any compromises in your low back, be careful with rotating and flexing at the same time. It's asking your spine to do 2 different things. And for some people that may have osteoporosis or any sort of disc issues in their low back, you always want to proceed into things like this with extreme caution. So you're going to go ahead and inhale and rotate towards your original side. As you exhale, pulling this opposite hip down, you're going to reach over towards your baby toe with your pinky finger. You're gonna inhale, grow back up tall, and then exhale to come back center. So inhale, grow tall, twist. Exhale, dive over that baby toe. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale to come back. Let's do that again. Inhale, twist. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, dive down, opposite hip staying down. Inhale, lift, stacking your spine up. Exhale, come back, 1 more each way. Inhale, twist. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come center. Last time, inhale, twist. Exhale, dive over, scooping the belly in. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, come back and relax. And just shake those shoulders out a little bit. We're gonna again turn facing your the front of your mat. Make sure you have room behind you. We're gonna roll down for a little more core work and leg work. So reach those arms out in front of you. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, scoop your belly in. Slowly roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Reaching those arms over your head, and then just gently bring them down by your sides. Again, we're gonna walk your feet into that hook line position. Hook line means knees to the sky, feet are flat on the floor, and you just wanna make sure you're reaching those arms long. We're gonna start with our core series. That's a traditional Pilates series. Whether you do classical or contemporary Pilates, this is usually a huge part of it. So we'll walk those legs up into a tabletop, 1 at a time, using your abs and your breath. Make sure we don't hike the knees in front of you to flatten out the spine, or let the feet drop down below your knees, and then you'll see all this space underneath your back. So you want to make sure those knees stay right in line with your hips. Arms are really active, so I want you to push them down into your mat or into your floor, and then reach them up about an inch off the floor and lengthen them like somebody's trying to pull your fingers away from your head. Now, this is our first time in flexion, so if your head, neck, and shoulders coming up isn't something that's comfortable for you today, you can always leave your head down. We'll take an inhale breath and then exhale. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders from your belly. So your eye gaze either comes to below your belly, your thighs, or just above your knees, depending on the comfort of your neck. Your arms are going to do tiny pulses from your shoulders as you inhale for 5, then exhale for 5. Staying lifted. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now we'll add some shenanigans with your legs if you choose. So one leg long as you exhale. Inhale for 5, exhale. Switch your legs. Inhale for 5, exhale. Inhale for 5, exhale. Now both legs long if you can. Watch the lever of your legs. Keep scooping your belly in and down. Last time, inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5. Then let's just gently pull those knees in and lower your head. Rock a little bit side to side. I'm really happy this table hasn't collapsed underneath me yet. I'd be lying if I said I'm not thinking about it constantly. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with our core work. You're gonna go ahead and take an inhale breath here. Right now your knees are pulled in towards your chest. You're gonna unlock your hands and just bring them gently to the sides of your shins. You're gonna exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, curl up, and just let those knees go away from you a little bit. Now, the leg that is furthest away from you is gonna go long, and you're just gonna bring that arm that now is free over the top of your knee. So you're gonna take an inhale breath here, and then exhale, switch, and just softly catch the other leg. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We could go faster than this. Your leg could go lower than this. Traditionally, this is pulled in really tight towards your nose to create compression in that hip, but sometimes it feels too tight in my hip flexor, so I like it away from me. Just keep going, alternating side to side, and again, if you need your head down, you could still do this with your head down. Lowering the leg will make it more challenging for your core. Let's do one more on each side. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. And then hug those knees in, rock a little bit. We're gonna do a double leg version of that. So that was single leg stretch. We're gonna do double leg stretch now. So just gently capturing the outsides of your calves or your shins. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, curl up again to modify, head stays down. You're gonna take your arms up towards the ceiling by your ears. Your legs are gonna go long to a lever that's comfortable for you. You're gonna circle your arms around and we're gonna catch those shins. I like to exhale on the out to find that connection down through my ribs. Some people prefer the inhale on the out and the exhale to curl everything back in. Everything stretches away from each other. Your goal when these arms come up by your ears is to make sure they're not dragging your shoulders down with you. So you want to stay lifted and bring everything back in. 3 to go. And bring them in. 2 to go. Bring them in. Last time. Bring them in and lower your head down. Rock a little bit side to side. Nice job, you guys. Our last one we're gonna do here is bicycles. So you're gonna go ahead and take an inhale breath. Exhale again, lifting that head, neck, and chest, curling up, and again, trying to get those knees over your hips. You'll bring your hands behind your head, and I want you to think about pushing your hands into your head, but also pushing your head into your hands. Elbows are nice and wide. You're gonna go ahead and extend your single leg long, and make sure that hip stays down on your floor. You're gonna rotate towards the bent knee, and then let's just stop in the middle as we bring everything back to center. Then you'll extend the opposite leg long. You're gonna keep that hip down as you turn towards the opposite knee. You're gonna come back in. So we're gonna do the first couple slow, extending one leg long, rotating towards your bent knee. You're lifting, thinking almost outside of your chest or armpit to outside knee, not elbow across. And then bringing everything back in. Again, rotate and twist. And bring everything in. Now let's skip the middle. So you're gonna twist and then exhale, twist. And twist. And twist. Elbow staying wide. Your pelvis is staying flat on the ground underneath you to make sure that you've got a nice anchored feeling through the base of your spine. Let's do 2 more each way. And switch. Last one. And switch. And then we'll hug those knees in. Just give yourself a little rock side to side. If you need to take those arms out to one side, look over away from your knees. You can give yourself a little stretch that way too. And then let's do a little more bridge work while we're here. So you're gonna go ahead and again, go to this hook line position. Remember, knees up, feet are flat, and they're about 6 to 12 inches away from your heels. Arms are pressed down by your sides for support. Now, if you ever wanna make this more challenging, raising your arms away from that solid surface will increase the challenge of your stability through your belly. So you're gonna go ahead and take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, let's tuck your pelvis, scoop your belly in, slowly roll up again to the top of that bridge. Now for us, our bridge is still just to the tips of those shoulder blades. We're not rocking all the way up onto your neck, and it will help to disconnect your core, which we don't want. So soften those ribs, close your rib cage, and then exhale, roll back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. I think I'm gonna move this towel out from underneath my feet just to make sure they don't slide. We'll see how that goes. Okay, take an inhale breath. Exhale, tilt your hips, tuck your tail, scoop, curl, roll up. Always able to keep your arms up here for more of a challenge. I'm gonna put mine down so you can see me. So you're gonna go ahead and make sure those hips stay level. Really engage through your abs. And then as you exhale, you wanna take one of your legs and you're gonna lift it up into a tabletop. Sometimes if you have trouble stabilizing through the middle, you'll see yourself start to sway and everything will start to do a little dance. So you wanna make sure those hips stay level. And then you're just gonna take this leg that's lifted and you're gonna send it away from you. And then you're gonna bring it back into that shelf. You're working really hard through the stationary hip and seat and hamstring. Reach out and bring it back in. Both obliques are firing to keep your hips level. Reach and bring it back in. That's 3, we'll do 2 more. Reach and bring it back in. Last one, I want you to reach it out, hold it there, and lift it up to the ceiling. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, this may be a little more of a soft knee. You're gonna lower that leg through your heel, down towards your other leg until your thighs are parallel. Then point your toe, lift back up. So you'll flex lower, point and lift. Again, we'll do 5. Flex lower, point and lift. You have 2 to go. Flex lower, point and lift. Last time, make sure your neck is soft. Those arms are pressing down into your floor if you chose that and active. Now we'll give it a little lift up, down and up for 5 and 4. Knee is still aligned with your bottom second toe. And 2 and 1. Now we'll bring that foot all the way back down next to the other one. Plant your toe all the way through your heel. Exhale, roll all the way down. We'll take one little bridge in between. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, scoop your belly in, slowly roll up. Inhale, exhale, roll all the way down. Next time you come up, we'll hold the up. Again, option to have those arms up if you want to challenge the stability in your middle a little more. Take an inhale breath. Exhale again, tucking your pelvis, scooping your belly in, slowly rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. We'll go ahead and take your opposite leg up into a shelf. You'll hold here. And then make sure your core is firing so it keeps your hips nice and level. Squeezing your seat to your heel on this bottom leg. Exhale, reach the leg out in front of you and bring it back in. Exhale, reach it out, bring it back in. 3 more. Reach it out, bring it in. 2 more, reach it out, bring it in. Last time, reach it out, hold it, lift it up to the ceiling. Hips are still level. Flex your foot, lower that leg down so it's in line with your thigh. Then point your toe and lift up. Flex and lower, point and lift. 3 to go. Flex and lower, point and lift. 2 to go. Flex and lower, point and lift. Last time, flex and lower, point and lift, hold the up. Give me 5 little lifts up. 5, 4, 3. Abs are still active. 2. Last one, you'll put that foot down on the floor. Exhale, lower all the way down. And just shake it out a little bit side to side. Nice job, you guys. We'll go ahead and come up to seated. So we're gonna go ahead, reach those legs long again. You'll reach your arms over your head. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, slowly curl up with that nice breath. I'm not gonna make it because I couldn't breathe and talk. And then reach all the way over towards those feet. Good. You'll take an inhale here. Exhale, come all the way up. Very nice. Now I'm gonna try to kneel on this table. We're gonna see how it goes. So if you do a reformer class and we do an exercise called side overs, it is something that's very similar to what I'm gonna show you here. It's not a traditional mat exercise, but it is a really nice way to work your obliques. And then we'll work into some other more familiar exercises that you've done throughout your March Madness here with us on this channel. So you're gonna go ahead and kneel in the middle of your surface. Again, we're going to pray that I don't collapse this table. And then you're going to go ahead and take one of your feet out to the side. You want your toes to point forward. Really kind of push energy into the baby toe side of your foot. We're gonna bring those hands behind your head, lift your chest and tuck your pelvis. And then you're gonna think about length to the side wall, not necessarily down. So you wanna slide over. And then you're gonna inhale and go up and over, thinking about lifting through your ribs on the bottom, lengthening your ribs on the top, and then exhale, lift up just to the point where you still feel this oblique be active. So you're gonna go down and lift up, and go down, exhale to lift. Keep that tail tucked, chin up, head back, down, exhale, lift. You've got 4 to go. Down, exhale, lift. You should feel this oblique pulling you up. 3, and lift. Very nice. You've got 2, and lift. Last one, you'll lift up, hold it. Find that work in your waist. Tuck your pelvis, little lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take this bottom hand, bring it down onto your mat. Now this is always something that you can do laying down. You saw the side leg series earlier in the month. This is side kick kneeling series. I'm gonna keep this hand behind my head. If you have tight wrists, you can always use a fist or a yoga block for this as well. We're gonna try to keep those bottom ribs lifted up, and you wanna take this top leg and float it up using the side of your hip. Chin is up, tuck your pelvis, and you're gonna give me a little lower of this leg, exhale, lift up. Feel like somebody's trying to pull your toes in that direction, away from your head. So you keep that work in the side of your hip. You've got 6, lift, 5, lift, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift. Last one, you're gonna lift up and hold. We're gonna draw baby circles for 8, 7, 6, trying to really stable through your middle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse for 8, 7, I'm just switching my hand position. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, flex your foot, reach to that heel, little pulse up, 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 up. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna bring that foot down and you're gonna kind of slide down onto both of your knees. You want your top leg, and I'm gonna again scooch this towel away. If you're on a towel, you may feel like it slides on you a little bit. You want this top leg to be over the front leg a little bit, okay? Or top leg over the bottom leg a little bit. You're gonna feel this work in the bottom side of your waist. You want this hand on the supporting side to be almost directly under your shoulder. This other arm is just draped over the side of your hips. You're in this kind of like long lounging position. You're gonna take an inhale breath here, and as you exhale, you're gonna lift up into a side plank. Now you can always keep your knees down, which I'll do for this first one, reaching long through this arm, lifting through the bottom ribs, and then the work here is on the down. As you pull down, stabilize the shoulder, pull down through these ribs, to sit back down, okay? So you're gonna exhale, lift up again. We'll do it to your knees 2 more times. Lift, lift, lift. And then emphasize the down as you pull down with those bottom ribs. 1 more time to the knees. Reach up and lengthen. And then come all the way down. Good. Now we're gonna let those feet extend. We're gonna come all the way into a side plank. So you're gonna go ahead as you press up, exhale your breath, lift up, reach long, and you're still coming back to bent legs as you come down. Reach, 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 down through the hip, soften the knees. Good, let's do 2 more. Exhale, push through the feet, lift the bottom ribs as you lift up into that side plank position, and then down with the ribs, pull down through the hip. This can be a lot on your shoulder and wrist, so if you have any shoulder and wrist issues, be really careful with this lifting exercise. 1 more time. Exhale, lift up and reach. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then come all the way down. Nice job. We're gonna actually flip over onto our bellies and do a little bit of back extension work before we go to the other side. So I'm gonna have you go ahead and turn over, lay on your belly. Now again, depending on what your surface is, you may wanna get a little towel or pad for your head. You can always keep your head down in this, but like any extension exercise, I want you to be really careful with your back. We need that support from your core. So if you have any compromises in your back, always tread into extension carefully, okay? So we're gonna reach those arms out in front of us, neck is long, and right now my head is down, and I've got a nice long neck in the back. Fingertips are reaching. I'm gonna actually turn my thumbs up just to help open my shoulder a little bit. So pinky fingers down. My legs are separated about the width of my hips, maybe a little bit wider. And my hips are heavy. I'm trying to almost see how my butt lifts up, and you can see a little bit of space underneath my hips. I want to try to push my hips down and lift my belly up, which you can't see, but I can feel. So you want to feel that support of your belly button pulling up to protect your low back. So we're going to keep that length in your neck. And again, head can stay down, or you can slightly lift it up for a little more work. Again, just like we did that bird dog earlier, you're going to take one arm and the opposite leg, and you're gonna lift them up, scooping your belly in, finding that extension in your back, and also through the back of your leg, all the way to your seat, and through your back and back of your shoulder, bringing it back down. We'll do the other side. So you're gonna lift one arm, opposite leg, scooping your belly in, keeping that tail slightly tucked, and bring them back down. Good. Opposite arm and leg, bring them back down. Opposite arm and leg, and bring them back down. Opposite arm and leg, bring them back down. Opposite arm and leg, bring them back down. Now go ahead and rest your head for a second. Take those shoulders, pull them down your back, and we're gonna do that a little quicker in an exercise called swimming. Swimming is not from your knees or from your elbows and wrists, okay? It's from your hips, right, from your seat, and from the back of your shoulders and back. So you're gonna go ahead, if it's comfortable for you, to lift your head up again. We're gonna lift that head up, plug your shoulders down your back. You're gonna lift one arm and the opposite leg up, and then you're gonna switch, and switch, 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 switch. At a pace that's comfortable for you, where you can keep your belly scooped in and up, shoulders stay out of your ears, and you're just alternating side to side, thinking about your middle as being like the eye of a hurricane or a tornado. It's the super still part of you. Let's go for 8 more seconds. Good, 6, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come down. Now after any extension exercise, you always want to take a little breather for your back. Give it a little bit of flexion. So we're gonna go ahead and push back. Just bend those knees underneath you. You can open your knees or keep them together, and you just want to take a little child's pose. Or even a little cat-cow, coming up onto your hands and knees, rounding your back up like a cat, shoulders broad, arching your back. One more time, rounding your back up, and arching your back. And then you're gonna go ahead and push your hands back toward your knees, tuck your pelvis, slowly come back up, and it's time for our other side with our mermaid and our side leg series. So I'm gonna go ahead and again kneel on this still sturdy table, and then we're gonna go ahead and take that other foot out to the side. Toes are pointing forward. You're pushing through the outside edge of your foot. And then if you need to obviously pad up this knee a little more, if you have any knee tenderness, you can obviously do that here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and take those hands behind our head. Chest is lifted, tail is tucked. And again, we're thinking length sideways first. You're gonna slide over, feel your abdominals start to engage, tuck your tail a little, chin stays off your chest. We're gonna go up and over, feel like you're curling over a ball or a barrel on your bottom side, and then exhale, lift. Feel that work still in your oblique. So out and down, tuck your tail, head stays long, lift. Nice job, you've got 6, and lift. Good, 5, and lift. 4, lift. 3, and lift. 2, and lift. Last one, we're gonna lift up, hold. Again, feel that work here in your obliques. Tuck your pelvis, chin is up, little pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna bring this bottom hand down. And again, you can go on a flat hand or you can go on a fist. You're gonna go ahead and keep your hand here if you choose on your hip or down by your leg will be easier or a little less challenging. So the further that arm gets away from you, the more challenging this is. We'll go ahead and lift that leg up. Again, feel like somebody's pulling it away from your head. And you're gonna give me a little lift and lift and lift. Try not to sink in your middle. You've got 4 and 3, last 2. Last one, hold the up, baby circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it. Reach through the heel, feel like somebody just pulled it away from your head. Little pulse up, 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 and up. Good, 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, bring that foot down. Now again, we're gonna slide ourselves down to our hip. This hand comes underneath your shoulder. Feet are just, as I squeeze up my towel, feet are just laying one over the other. Your top leg is slightly over the bottom leg. We're gonna do 3 of these mermaids or little side plank modifications before we go to the full one all the way lifted up to our feet. So again, keep that arm underneath you. Watch any shoulder or wrist tightness here because it is a lot of pressure on those 2 places. You're gonna go ahead and take this other arm by your side, lift your chest. As you exhale, you're gonna lift up, pushing those knees up, reach, 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 finding length. And then think about the work on the down as you pull down through the ribs, dropping and pushing through the hip towards the floor. So you're gonna lift up through the bottom side, exhale, lift. Good, inhale to find that length, to come back down. Good, one more time. Lift, lift, lift. And then slowly the work is on that down, pulling down through the hips, down through the hip. If you are having any wrist tenderness, shake it out a little bit. And then make sure that you have a nice solid surface for your feet. If you're ready to go up and lift your knees, we're gonna do that for the next 3. So go ahead and take an inhale breath, lift up, reach through those legs. Lift the bottom ribs as if somebody's got them on like a trapeze or a sling, pulling them up to the ceiling. And then the work is on that down, 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 down through the ribs. Hip comes down. You have 2 to go. Lifting up, lifting through the ribs, thinking about that nice straight line through the shoulder, elbow, wrist on your supporting side. Then pull those ribs down, hip down. Again, be careful with that shoulder. One more time. Take a big exhale breath. Lift up, reach, reach, reach. And then come all the way down, working down through that side. Nice job, you guys. Shake the wrists out a little bit. I'm trying to decide if I can do push-up here. Not really sure. So we're gonna try it, and then we'll kind of cool down together. So, wish me luck. So you are going to, I'm just gonna ditch this towel. Okay. So you're gonna be in a nice flat back position. Now, traditionally push-up, the Pilates push-up exercise starts from standing. You do this lovely roll down, walk out into a plank, push up, and then walk back up. I don't have that liberty because I think I'll hit a ceiling fan. So we're gonna kind of start it from here. So just like we did before when we did that nice bird dog on our back, we're gonna start that on our belly. So you're gonna go ahead and take a single leg back behind you, trying to lift it up in line with your hip, keeping your hips square. So I want your hips to open up so it looks like you're an airplane landing in the wind. You wanna square your hips and your ribs to the floor. You're gonna take your opposite arm and reach it in front of you, scooping your belly in and up, plugging your shoulder down your back, and then bring that hand right back down, bring the leg down, and hold here. We'll do the other side. So now reach the single leg back, hold it there, scoop your belly and feel like somebody's pulling that foot away from you. Opposite arm is gonna reach up by your ear, hold it, bring your arm down, and then knee down. Now we're gonna kind of transition this into our plank. So I'm gonna have you take that original leg up, you're gonna hold it, reach the opposite arm, good, and then bring your hand back down. You're gonna actually bring the toes down behind you, and I want you to feel like you're pushing your heel back to the wall behind you. We're gonna go ahead and take your other leg and scoop it up in with the other one. So you wanna think about pushing your heels back. Now, anytime you do a push-up, you don't want those ears to come towards your shoulders and shoulders to ears. You wanna think about elbows going back at about a 45-degree angle. So squeeze your butt tight. It's a full body exercise. It goes down together. You exhale to come back up together, and then let's go ahead and bring those knees down. Okay, we'll start out the opposite way. So opposite leg is gonna go back again. You're gonna hold here and scoop your belly in. Then the opposite arm is gonna go long. Find that energy through your middle. You need to have your core turned on for a good push-up. Then bring your hand down, bring those toes down behind you, rock back through that heel. And then as you exhale, pull your belly button in, walk the other leg back with it. Really tighten your thighs, tighten your butt, lift your chest, look about 3 feet in front of your hands. Take an inhale, lower yourself down. Exhale, high breath to push up, and then walk those knees back down. And let's take a nice child's pose, holding here. Good. And then you'll carefully come on back up to seated. And this is where we get to end together. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in this beautiful climate. I'm very blessed to be here. I'm also really grateful that all of you guys were here on this journey with us. So thank you for joining me. Thank you, Rachel, for letting me use your table. Sorry about it, but I did keep it intact. So thanks for joining us, guys. As always, if you want to do more things like this, let us know, shoot us a note. Or if you want to work out with us in the studio, please reach out to us at movestudio pilates.com. Thank you. Have a great day.